Before the new year, I had the opportunity, nay, privilege, of watching Spider-Man Enter the Spider-Verse. This movie is working on all levels. It has great character arcs, great villain that's motivated, great music. It is visually stunning. It's the right story for the right format, and it works thematically. Part of the problem with theme is that there's so many conflicting pieces of advice. There's a camp that says your theme is kind of like a reward that you get offered to you by the careful reader of your work at the end. When it's published out there in the world, people read it carefully and come back to you and mirror back your theme. There are other people that say you should nail down your theme before you begin writing a single word, because a story without a theme, without something to say, is going to not really be worth telling. And then there's also another piece of advice I've heard that if you start with a theme in a story, it's sometimes really hard because it sort of has a tendency to be preachy or to sound overbearing in a way that can alienate a reader. With that clear advice, no wonder theme is confusing. What Spider-Man Enter the Spider-Verse does so successfully is it uses design, storytelling, character arcs, villain, absolutely every element to reinforce the theme, which for me, I believe is, you're like me. I thought I was the only one. This is a literal line of dialogue repeated several times in the movie, but it also emphasizes the broader theme, I think, of not being alone and found family. So how do each of these storytelling elements help reinforce the theme? Well, character arcs. Our main character is Miles Morales, and he is, at the beginning of the film, alienated from his father, from the other kids at his new school, and from the community at large. He really doesn't feel like he has a place. He doesn't know where he belongs, which is something I think that's very relatable. But throughout his character arc, he realizes that he does have value, he connects with individuals, and he finds his place going forward. Peter B. Parker goes from feeling isolated, alone, and unsure of himself to feeling connected with his Mary Jane and certain of himself, what he wants, and his values. And Gwen is able to move from pushing away everyone so she doesn't have to experience loss again to accepting Miles's friendship and really taking her place as part of the Spider-Man crew. Each of these characters is in their own way learning that they are not alone, learning to accept that they're not alone, and really learning to put their trust in their fellow spider people. So another element of the character choices is the diversity of the cast. The main three spider people are a boy of color, a girl, and a past his prime white guy. It really helps mirror the diversity of the world that we live in. Also helps us as an audience member resonate that same theme of I'm not alone and I thought I was the only one, but there you are. There's me up on the screen. The last element of the story I want to talk about is the villain, Kingpin, who serves as a perfect foil for all the spider people. While all the spider people are trying to find their place in the world, discover who they are, and are dealing with take on the mantle of Spider-Man, Kingpin, on the other hand, he has a dual personality as well. There's the gangster, thug, tough guy murderer, and then there's also a family man who loves his wife and son. And he doesn't see those as different things. All these characters are dealing with two aspects of their personality. So what I really like about this element of the story is the villain's actions are motivated by emotion. The spider people get to watch Kingpin refuse to learn this lesson. They learn the lesson for him and realize that there can be really only one person, and you have to take in the elements of Spider-Man into their own personality, as well as let their personality shine through in Spider-Man. This movie works on every single level. And by using each of the elements of storytelling, visual, audio, and pacing, character, performances, using all of these things to help anchor the main theme of the movie leaves the audience buzzing with this idea You're like me. I thought I was the only one.